Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Miyoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. How are you guys doing? I hope that people will come, but I'm late again, so I guess that I'll be rambling by myself. So, a lot of things are happening in Japan. For example, the biggest thing I think is the gubernatorial election right now. And there are, as you can see the number, there are 56 people that are running for this. But the thing is, this one small party has nominated, it's not nominated, many, like dozens of people are running from the same small party, and they have like a lot of, so they have a lot of candidates, and they are selling the frame that, like in Japan, when we have elections, at any level, when we have elections on local districts, that like usually it's about the range of our school, like each school range, and they have like the where they can put up signs, and which is where they put posters there of the candidates. And this party that wants to destroy NHK, our public broadcasting system, like TV station, they want to destroy that. And that party is now, like, they have a lot of candidates, and they have like occupied the majority of that frame, and some people can't even fit in that. But anyway, even though there are so many right now that are running for the gubernatorial election, there are only 4 main people. I really love this guy, Tamugami, former self-defense force guy. I helped his election, like the last time he ran for this exact election, but then he was betrayed by his teammates, and he had to spend some time in jail, or I'm in prison, I guess. But he's back. But the thing is that he won't get many votes. So that's why people, like, we have to vote for Yuriko Koike, the current governor. But anyway, hello Gary, I see your comment. Thank you so much for coming. This is a late night show for you. So I'm not sure if people will come join, but yeah. But anyway, and then so we have this problem. Some people, this candidate, like anybody can become a candidate, unless like you pay the certain amount of money, I guess. And like if you have money, like you can run a campaign. And this one woman, I don't know if she is former, like what we call sexy actress, meaning like a porn star, and not even famous. And she has a poster of her naked body, like the important, like, the where you shouldn't show, it's kind of hidden, but you can see her naked body in a poster. And the thing is that, as I said, it's the board that you put posters on, they are located in front of schools and so on. So it's really a bad influence for children, and so that's becoming a problem. Tickle Liquor, hello. Thank you so much for coming. So yeah, it's so Japanese people are now talking about what democracy should look like, like, and the thing is that before NHK party, there were no dumb people. We were talking about ideology, right and left and so on. We were talking about policies, we were divided, but still it was on a political level. But today in Japan, we are just attacking each other, and also some stupid people are doing stupid things publicly, and it's influencing our children in a bad way. And so it's a huge problem for us right now. But anyway, so the national diet too. The thing is, in the national diet in Japan, I mean, like Congress for you, they kept talking about how LDP, our governing party, is getting money. Like often we can hold, like politicians can hold events, and the participants have to pay a certain fee, but then it will be given to the politicians as donations and so forth. And so we have that sort of way of doing things, and it's been a problem. But anyway, so like the national diet keeps talking about money, 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 and they never talk about important things. Just for example, like the revision of our constitution. It seems that it's not gonna happen during Kishida administration unless he is picked again in September. LDP, one of our governing parties, is gonna have their election, to decide their top. Right now, it's Kishida, and therefore he is the prime minister. But they will have an election inside the party again in September. The term is ending in September, and at least until then, there are lots of procedures for revising the constitution. So it's not going to happen, like if you calculate the time. Even though, like, because like beforehand, the governing party side and the opposition party side, they have to discuss together about that. But I read somewhere, like, but you don't have to actually do. There's another way to do it, and like the what you call House of Representatives, they have over 100 people now to sign in the draft of LDP, and they submitted it. So it kind of is working, but I don't think that it's realistic. But today's newspaper is this one. Oh yeah. Oh, Jack, hello. This year's Tokyo governor race is going to be interesting. I hope she has a third term victory. Me too. I really hope so, because there are like not everybody. Like there's nobody that is perfect, right? And at least for Yurige Koike, she's been the governor for the past years, and it's been stable, and nothing dramatically bad has happened. And she reads the air very well, just like you say, like read the room, right? Like we in Japan, you have to pay attention to the public opinion and ride the wave, right? But she's good at that. She's like a populist. So as long as the public opinions are good, she's not gonna go insane. The opposition, though, the biggest threat is, so this is Yuriko Koike, the green one. Wait, you can't see well. The green one is Koike. This is Koike, the current one. Then this one, extremely left, extreme left. I know that she looks good. She has a good voice too. I like her voice and everything, but extremely leftist, anti-Japan. So no. If her name is Renho, she's half Taiwanese. But by Taiwanese, we like it doesn't mean she's Taiwanese. She's more of a Chinese-minded person, and she's very anti-Japan, pro-China type of politician. So yeah, I guess that's the different parts compared to the US, because in America, just look at Nancy Pelosi, for example. As I keep saying, though, that you guys have problems with Nancy Pelosi domestically, but she is anti-Chinese violation of human rights, right? Like she's very pro human rights, and she has been very vocal about all the Asians that are oppressed by the Chinese Communist Party. But not this one in Japan. Our leftists are pro-China. That's what happens when you're living right next to China, that your opponents, I mean, like your enemies, are friends with the enemies from other countries. You know what I mean? And if you have questions, let me know. And the super chats will be prioritized, even though many, I think, are sleeping today. Whew. Yeah, I wanted to have this live stream earlier, but I woke up late. And on the top of that, I was reading newspapers. And then I randomly saw this post on X yesterday saying that if you take you can use your iPhone, like if you use the note application on iPhone, you can actually scan newspapers and so on. Like it's not a scan, but it looks like it looks pretty good. So I was playing with that earlier. You probably saw that my tweets on X, but I'll be doing that more in the future because it's fun, and I think that it's important because, as I said, Japanese space of like political field has been chaotic for the past few years, especially after Trump won. I support Donald Trump, but the supporters here in Japan, I was the earliest Trump supporter in Japan, one of the earliest by far. And people began realizing that Trump is good. But then they are attached to it's hard to describe. They're attached to the wrong kinds of information and conspiracy theories and so on. I know that you have problems in your country, and I get that, like all the bureaucratic system and so forth. Like I understand where the frustration is coming from and what Trump is doing, to solve that. But over here in Japan, like it's a different story. But they just mix everything and makes it really weird. So the internet right-wing bubble, what we talk about inside the bubble has been really, really weird. And because for that, I want to read newspaper now, because they talk about all the things that they desire or they fantasize, and they post as if they are true, and they're not. So, oh, hello, John. Thank you so much for coming. Wouldn't be random Yoko if the start time also being random. I know. I get that on my gaming channel as well. Like gamers, like young gamers call me random. They often call me Gundam now because random and Gundam kind of rhyme. Gundam Yoko. I usually watch the next day, but I can't sleep tonight. Oh, that's nice. That's nice that you're here. Some of the conspiracy Trump supporters can annoy me, yeah, and mix everything up, and it makes conservatives look bad sometimes. Exactly. And that's why for you, that's independence, I guess. But over here too, the majority of Japanese people are what we call non-political people. Like we call them non-poli, the abbreviation of non-political. Non-poli. And so like those people have common sense of the past all these years, so like it's different from the common sense online. And so those people, non-political people in Japan, find the internet people weird in the first place, and then on the top of that they hear their unique perspectives, and so and then we are all recognized as weird people. So yes, divided we fall. Yeah. But yeah, but anyway, so I especially after I got married with my husband, he's been always right, what's gonna happen in political field, like when it comes to this policy or this movement, what's gonna happen. Like he predicts what's gonna happen, my husband. And I'm like, wow. Every time I'm like, wow, right? And what does he do on a daily basis? He reads newspaper. Check the TV news and gets the facts together and he analyzes by himself, and it works out every time. And so it's important sometimes to get together online just like this to find the like-minded, and to like democracy especially is all about number, so we have to stick together. But it doesn't mean that you can say whatever you want. Just like we have the problems that we have with the gubernatorial election is that there's this gay guy. Japanese people are tolerant to LGBT community, like regardless of your concern, because we have a different cultural background. But there's this gay guy that was actually making a good point. Like he posts some random casual short videos on X sometimes, and I saw that, and I actually reposted it. So if you understand Japanese, check it out. But he was talking about where freedom stands, and all these people that are doing everything for freedom, like we are free, like LGBT community too, like, well, we are free, become naked, walk on the street or whatever, right? But so for this election, our gubernatorial election, sorry, I have to come back to this topic, but as I said, there is this porn girl that has a poster of her naked body wide open and so on. And this gay guy was talking about how freedom is actually inside of the category of rules and laws and all the restrictions. Just like that, there's freedom. And I guess it depends on who looks at the picture. Like I'm not sure if I see it that way, but he was talking about how freedom shines because there are rules. And that's true, right? And he was also saying that just doing whatever you want means that it is illegal. I think I wonder if exactly lawlessness. I can't really translate that. Lawless, but yeah, I guess lawless. Yeah. So if you do whatever you want, because you are free-minded, then it means lawlessness, right? And that's different from freedom. And and then he's so mad that he kicks something. He like there's a doll and he's like, "Pah!" And it's such a like a stress relief, like we feel so good after. It's a Japanese humor, like I know the violence in your country, the majority of other countries, like it's only allowed verbally, but in Japan, in like our comedians and humorous people, they actually punch or slap or some sort, and we laugh. So it's it's a weird culture that we have. But anyway, so freedom doesn't mean that you can be illegal. So that's something that we need to emphasize, I think. But so yeah, so online too. It's been a problem. NHK, by the way, our public TV station or news station, has been posting on X. I have reposted that also, but NHK is running this campaign. I feel that they repeatedly post, and they are saying that on TikTok there are false information just like anywhere else, and they were analyzing that, like what kind of topics that are false and so on, from the accounts in Japan. And the majority was actually not political. It was more about health and cosmetics and so on, because I guess that they want to connect that type, those who that run those accounts on TikTok probably wants to earn money, so they are releasing lots of false information to get their clients or their customers or buyers. So it's been a problem as well. So like internet, like our cyberspace has been very chaotic. But I read newspaper and do you see this guy? I like this grandpa, Joseph Nye, international politics scholar. I don't actually know how to say that in English, but yeah. He's the guy that categorized hard power, soft power, I believe. But he wrote a good. I don't know if they interviewed this guy, but it's a long article, and I was reading that. Oh, Gary Thomas, thank you for your super chat. How's it going? I'm doing well. I feel actually a lot better than before. Like I feel I have basic muscles now, which I lost last year when my health declined massively. But I'm getting back my strength. So yes, thank you for super chat. I'm sorry that I can't put the sticker here at the bottom. I am no longer using Streamyard because I can't afford it. I have to pay like $60 or so. So that's ridiculous. So I stopped using that. Whew. All right, and so hello. Thank you for coming back to this channel also. I would need a reference to set poster for information purposes. I'm pretty sure that if you search, wait, let me search in English if there's a hit. Tokyo election porn. Yeah, you can easily find that. Pro-porn Tokyo governor election candidates use naked woman image on posters. Ew. Miu Sakurai, a gal model. Yeah, too much information. As a female, I don't have to look at other females' body. Like, please wear something. And I'm wearing a tank top too, though. But yeah. Let's see. Imagine being in a high-rise building, and now imagine being there without the structure of the building there. Which freedom do you prefer? What? High-rise building. Now imagine being there without the structure of the building. Oh, I see. Yeah. Building there. I have to challenge Yoko's English reading skills with my baggage. I got confused, man. Good to be wise with your money, Yoko. Thank you. I'll have a super chat for you. Can't see. I mean, YouTube has this heart mark there, like I see a heart and it's actually in the way of the comments, and I can't read unless it goes upper. So, somebody press that heart button. But yeah, anyway, what was interesting about Joseph Nye's commentary is that like he attended some I guess the group discussion with Chinese people, like on a national level, like even though he is not like from the government, Joseph Nye, he visited Beijing with when around the time the Blinken visited, so this April, and as truck two. So, and like he's talking about what they discussed, like in what genre, but what was interesting for me was the last one, the communication. How do you translate that in English? Is this correct? Human interaction? Human exchange? Just interaction? That sounds kind of kinky. After talking about porn. But yeah, about like, interactions between the US and China. He's talking about how because of the political reasons, like they are not like people don't go to each other's countries as much as before. And right now, the American students that are studying in China right now, the number is less than 1,000. On the other hand, those Chinese people that are studying in the US are about, what's the number? 28万. 28,000? No, wait. 280,000? Yeah, 280,000 people from China that are studying in the US, but the number is 25% decline compared to the biggest number in the past. So like those exchange students and scientists, it's been tough for them. And right before that, he was talking about the decoupling, right? And they have agreed, like both the American side and Chinese side, they have agreed to disagree, which is a great thing. It's important to respect each other. Like, oh yeah, we are different, right? And that's fine, I think. Just that we have to respect each other, know the differences, and then we can find like what to do, right, about that. And the thing is that even though they will be discussing case by case, like that part and the interaction combined, like I realized that extreme actions against another country is kind of problematic for both countries, I think. Even though I dislike the current Chinese regime, the Chinese Communist Party regime is something that I want to defeat personally, but at the same time, it's related to our economies. So, and also what's the difficult part is that those Chinese people that study in America, for example, it could be in Japan as well, but if they don't do that, they don't get to see the free world culture, how well we are living and how good we are and so on. And tourism too, like if you don't let that happen, they are going to be brainwashed by the government. Even though Chinese people right now, they are under surveillance of their own government, but they in their hearts, like they know like what it's like overseas and so forth, and they can compare by themselves, right? And I think that kind of opportunities are important. So I realized, like reading this, that we shouldn't completely shut the border, like we need diplomacy and so on. But anyway, super chat, thank you. How did Japan like the EU elections leaning towards right-wing parties? Generally speaking, you mean? It's, by the way, it's in our newspaper too. So we are actually paying attention to that. Was it in today's newspaper? Like it's being, I show you this newspaper not because I am like brainwashed by this, but because this reflects what's being talked about in Japan. Wait, where's the international one? Not this one. I think I saw. お兄さん、EU の右傾化についてどう思いますか？日本は。あれだけ大量に移民を入れて問題をすれば、当然そうなるよね。So my husband analyzes as that if European countries, if they allow immigrants to come in, like flood into their countries that much, then they will, of course, like naturally will lean towards the right side. Yeah, the immigrant situation is crazy, especially like through the lens of our eyes, Japanese eye, especially Europeans. After the IS, terrorist Islamic State era, there are lots of immigrants to EU countries. Paris, London, like in all those big, Germany, lots of big cities. There are lots of Muslims, so of course they're gonna go to the right side. So yeah. Oh, Clayby, thank you for coming. It's good to see you. So it's in our newspaper too. How do I? See. European EU, 20% increase on the right side. That's a good point. My husband has a message for you. I mean, for European people. So we see all this news, like how the faces are changing, how their policies are changing, and how they are, making it a success. And we are happy for them about all these immigrant policies and so on. However, we don't want them to turn into pro-Russia, because all this alliance or coalition, they are, I guess, in your words, probably it's a global thing, right? And when we are against all this global movement, then currently the problem is Russia, like what to do about Russia, right? And we are cooperating, or at least so far we have cooperated to support Ukraine to fight against Russia. But especially the Hungarian prime minister, he's to us, he's very pro-Russia, and we don't want that voice to spread in EU. However, like we just fear that that's something that's gonna happen. It's clever though that I think in France and was it in Holland too, that even though the politicians are very, very right wing, they are kind of toning it down to sound more softer and to sound more tolerant. So that's a very smart move, I think, of them. But seriously, my husband and I, we work on issues with China and Russia. Russia is our new thing, but as for China, we have been supporting the independence of Tibet, Uyghur, Southern Mongolia, and Hong Kong. And Taiwan too is related, so we cooperate with Taiwanese people as well, but like Tibetans, Uyghurs, Southern Mongolians, Hong Kongers, Taiwanese, and Japanese people, we cooperate together in Japan. And also in Japan, those who are living there are lots of people that have escaped from China. There are lots of Chinese people too in Japan that have escaped from the especially after the Cultural Revolution. Chinese people fled to other countries, and they are here as well. And even though I am strongly against the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, and my husband and I, we do political activities to fight against them. And even though we are fighting against China, but we are not fighting against the people, we are against the regime. And there are lots of people, that look at it and say that we are interfering in their domestic politics, but we don't care. Our enemy, they are having this dictatorship, and they are, oppressing those innocent people and so forth. And they could expand to my own country, and I don't want that. They even eat dogs, man. They're very atrocious. They keep saying, like, taking the history perspective, like Chinese propaganda says that like how Japan is atrocious, but it's actually projection, and China is atrocious right now, like right now in this century. It's so crazy. And so I'm fighting against that, and together with that we are like starting from last year we got the connection with so-called the post-Russia forum. I don't even remember the actual official name of it. Post, let me see, post I want you guys to remember because it's important. Free Nations of Post-Russia Forum. And they have been having this forum internationally. It has happened in Europe, it has happened in the US, and they came here last year in I think August, and we had an event in the National Diet building on the first day, and the next there was it was held in a different place but inside Tokyo. But my husband and I, we helped them run the event, and since then we've been in touch with those who that are fighting for their independence, just like Tibetans, Uyghurs, so the Mongolians, Hong Kongers, and so on, that are oppressed by China. Just like that, right now, there are lots of I shouldn't say ethnic groups, but that probably makes you have a picture better. Nation states, under like Mongolians too, actually. That's why we joined that post-Russia forum. But there are Mongolians, like blood-wise Mongolians that are oppressed by Russia. And there are lots of Western people too that are oppressed by Russia right now. It's a colonization. Putin keeps talking about his historical view, but it's just his version. And originally, it was a Mongolian empire, so there were lots of Mongolians still left in certain regions, and there are lots of nation states that are oppressed by Russia. So we work against Russia, basically. China, Russia, they are on the same page, they are cooperating together. So like they're both our enemies, right? And North Korea too, like they have kidnapped our people, Japanese people, abducted like nearly 1,000 people from Japan, and although Japanese people are still there, Japanese government has been having talks with North Korea, but it's not going well. Only 5 people have returned, but hundreds of people are still there in North Korea. But all these bad guys are together, and with that premise, when we look at this, the right-wing increase in EU, it's great about immigration. However, we don't want them to turn into pro-Russia power. You know what I mean? Because Russia knows, like they smell things well, and they know where they can get your heart, grab your heart. So yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. Any question? Oh, Pirate King, hello. Is STS really that bad? STS? What's that? And has a lot of people have been getting it. What is STS? What is that? I can't get a hit. Oh, this one, I guess. STS forum? Is that it? Like innovation? AI? Not sure. Is it about AI? Oh, Techno Man, hello. Hi, Yoko. I'm a long time listener. I rarely comment though. What is your current opinion on the Taiwan situation as an excuse to go to war with Japan? What is your current opinion on the Taiwan situation as an excuse to go to war with Japan and the US? But for China, you mean? But when it comes to Taiwan is like there's a possibility of Taiwan emergency, and Japan has been preparing for that. Like, we find the threats very realistic, and it's not a joke anymore. And it's fun. Like, we've been more, being cautious about it for decades, but it's finally we have, like, unfortunately come to the stage that we have to be realistically prepared for that. So as for Japan, um, recently, our government right now, they revised the defense documents, 3 of them. Was it last December? And we revised that, and because of that, we have new policies and so on, and what to buy and everything. Like, so it's decided already. So our government has been working accordingly to that, which is a good thing. So some examples would be that our airports and ports of like a private use of airports and so on, in emergency situation, self-defense forces can use them now, and the government has allotted which airports and so on. So that's good, right? And another thing is that people in Okinawa, they are very close to Taiwan, so they will have to evacuate. So we have the scenario and how to help rescue them, and which airports to, like, for example, Fukuoka, my place, and other airports, like how to get them safely to evacuate and so on. So we are thinking about that, and we have the actual plan now. And I've heard about blood too, blood reservations, like what should I call it? Like, they keep the blood for emergencies as well. So we are prepared, fortunately or unfortunately. And also, to counter China, we are also right now, rather than Taiwan, though, we are looking at the South China Sea, because China has been very, very aggressive right now there. Like, forget about Taiwan for a minute. Just look at South China Sea. There are lots of news information about the South China Sea. Recently, was it here today? Like, they've been Chinese ships have been like attacking the Philippines with water cannons, and some are injured. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Like, one of them actually cut his finger too because of that. Where was that? Oh, this one. Yeah, found it. This is yesterday's newspaper. So, China Philippines conflict, more aggressive. And you see the map too, I think. Where's the map? No, this one. Here. See. I don't know if you can see. Philippines, Malaysia, and this is a place, but and there's the chronological explanation here. The table, they have the information of between China and Philippines, and basically China keeps like attacking the Filipino ships with water cannon. Like, it's attacking. So Philippine people are injured many times. Well, they've been also robbed as well. So it's been worse than before, and I see the actual like conflict, physically, they have the conflict. So it's getting realistic, and Japan and the US, we are giving lots of help to the Philippines. As for Japan, I believe that we give them, I think for free. Well, I'm not sure, but we give them our old ships and so on, and the US is helping them as well. And I believe that we had a joint exercise together. Let's see. Yeah, the US, Philippines, Canada. Canada, they held the joint military exercise not military, like a maritime exercise in the South China Sea. Didn't we have that? Japan, America, Australia, Philippines. We had our first joint exercise in April, I see. It's like it's really like becoming like we didn't have this cooperation done there before like this, but it's like rapidly over the few months, I think we've been cooperating so much more than before. So it's interesting how like it doesn't matter where this happens, it's over Ukraine, it's over Taiwan, it's over the Philippines, or I mean the South China Sea, and it's happening. The outlet can be anywhere, but I guess the important part is that the world is divided, into half. Our side, America, Japan, and South Korea, Australia, India. India is kind of in the between, but like our side, Canada and other G7 countries, our side and their side, China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and that sort of countries. And the crazy part is that even though our power, the countries on the free world side, like our power is stronger than them combined, when we combine each side, like our technology is better, our economical power, I guess, is bigger. I'm not sure nowadays, but it's big. But they have like a large number of countries that are cooperating with them. So that's a scary part. Yoko, in YouTube chat, click the three dots in the upper right and disable reactions to turn off the heart reaction on chat. Oh, over here. Oh, now I see that. Cool. Oh, thank you for telling me. Yeah, it was bugging me. Even though it's a cool feature, like reading comments is hard. Blood bank. Oh, yes. For us on American Pacific coast, that is... it's far. It's crazy that Japan has been cooperative towards Ukraine since the beginning of the war. But when you look at the distance between Japan and Ukraine, it's crazy how far it is. But Japanese people don't care. The majority, we are like, especially non-political people. The people want to help those who need help, and whether it can be anywhere, even like is Israel Gaza situation too, that people want to help, and we don't care how much money we send. Like when you think about our domestic politics, of course it's bad, right? Like we have a limit of money, and people are suffering in our country, and there should be a limit, right? But we keep helping and helping and helping. But it's just how we are, I guess. But the crazy part is that because our media doesn't report what's really going on in the world, especially like, I mean, the media is very like not kind to our own people. So there are people that are abducted and captured in North Korea and also in China. There are a dozen of Japanese people that are captured by the Chinese Communist Party. Why? Because they believe that those Japanese guys are spies, and yeah, and they've kept them for a long time. Some are released and came back, but they are not treated well at all. Like in 5 or 6 years, I think. Not sure the exact year number, but there was this guy that came back to Japan, but he couldn't see the sunlight at all. He was captured in a room, like in a motel kind of room, and then he couldn't see the sunlight only once in years. Man, it's so crazy. And then Japanese media don't report that much at all. Like only once, oh, the guy came back, there's a news, bam, and that's all. And they don't talk about it. On the other hand, they keep talking about Ukraine and Israel and blah, 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 like all the world news and to agitate our sympathy for them, but they never agitate. Or, I mean, agitate is not a good word, but like, they never let us have the sympathy for our own citizens. So that's a problem, in my opinion. Oh, Nate, hello. Yoko looks elegant as always. Thank you. I tried. It's very. I can't do that usual move. Appreciate your perspective on this. Thank you. And other geopolitical issues in general. I fear my country isn't prepared for war with China, but hoping for the best. Where are you from, Techno Man? Are you from America or? The economy really is the cause of everything, though. I think that in Japan we have lots of crimes now, like all kinds of crimes, right? Like or suicides, I guess. But I see the news. When I look at the news, like I see the crimes that didn't happen before, or at least it didn't happen as much, especially girls that sell themselves, they sell their sex, basically. What I'm trying to say is that the young girls, like teenagers and those that are in the 20s, they target older men, like in the 50s or 60s or whatever, and or I don't know the range, but they target older men because they have money, and basically they deceive them, saying that, oh, I need money for this, daddy, right? And they get money and so forth. It's been always there. The problem has been always there, but it has been growing more and more. But the interesting new thing is that sometimes I see the reasons behind it is because they wanted to earn money to go to what we call host club, where there are lots of guys, guys. I don't know how to say that in English. Do you guys have that sort of services? That in Japan, there are male and female versions, like different things. But as for male version, like you go to have drinks there in the club, and then like the guys will serve you and listen to you and treat you nice like a princess, but you have to pay for their alcohol and so on. So there's this type of girls that go to that sort of bar-ish type of places, and then so they have to give lots of money to be there, right? And when that happens, they can't afford it anymore. So then sometimes the host club side, they make them work as like a prostitutes too. Like they have that sort of system, so it has become a problem. Another case is that the girl can't afford it anymore, so she willingly just goes out with older men to get money and pay for the guys that she likes. You know what I mean? But it's all about economy, though. Even though it's a bad economic cycle, so the government is alert on that and handling that. But still, I don't know. Maybe it's just the type of people, and it'll be always there. But I feel like if the economy was better, at least like there is that sort of girls, that pay for that sort of services. But there are others, that it's hard for them to make money, it seems. But hey, it's hard for me to make money too. Give me super chat. Yeah. Anyway. Yoko, are you excited and or nervous about the Biden versus Trump debate next week? Oh, it's next week. Cool. Hope you and Hide are staying cool. It's hard over here in America. It's really hot here too. At least it's the rainy season now, so it's more, the temperature isn't as high as it was getting recently, but it's a lot of rain, meaning a lot of humidity. So I have an air conditioner on. But man, it's gonna be expensive to use that continuously. But yes, I'm excited. I'm actually very excited about the debate because you know how it's gonna be. But maybe I have an impression that, like, I have a not impression, but I have a feeling that Biden is gonna be his eyes gonna be unnaturally wide awake. I feel like it could happen because sometimes Biden is like really, really enthusiastic and very vibrant in an unnatural way. And I have to, like, I sense something, maybe they did something to him, like, because it's unnatural sometimes. He's sometimes unnatural. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm actually a bit of, I don't know, like, even though, like, I want to see Trump tear him up, tear him down. I don't know the expression, but, like, I want Trump to win him massively, but at the same time, Biden is the current leader of your country, right? And other countries are gonna be watching the debate also. So when that happens, I don't want other countries to look at America and see that, oh, the country right now is really weak and not powerful anymore. Like, I don't want that to be where you show your weakness, even though the world already knows it. Like, we don't want to be reminded, the enemies will laugh at it, and alliance or friendly countries will be saddened by it because we are dependent on America. I know that you don't want to be, depended on, but that's just how it is. Putin is becoming close to Kim Jong-un. Yes. Oh, wait. I see super chat. Oh, thank you. Yoko tax. I like that. Yeah, Yoko tax. We gotta, yeah. On the governmental level, lowering tax is good, but Yoko tax sounds fun, amazing. Thank you. That makes me happy. Yes. Because seriously, it's hard. It's hard just to live. Like, the money that I use it for all these fees, cell phones and the housing and, like, that sort of stuff, like a necessity. I haven't bought clothing forever, and makeup, like, I'm buying from this lady, and sometimes I don't pay. Like it's like a debt basically. So yeah, it's really tough. But my husband and I, though, we've been working on a project that's gonna come to light hopefully soon. Not so soon, but yeah. Let's see. Putin is becoming close to Kim Jong-un. I see sometimes, like recently, I see the AI photo of Kim Jong-un and Putin. They're working together. The one that was funny was the AI picture of Kim Jong Un and Putin as prostitutes, and behind them there was Xi Jinping, with a lot of money. So, if Japan was invaded by an alien and they were the species of Godzilla, would just rather Japan fight off Godzilla that is 10,000 meters tall, or 10,000 Godzillas that are 1 meter tall? That's a tough question. First of all, it's a confusing question for me. Why? If alien and they were specific the species of Godzilla, would you rather fight off Godzilla that is Wait, I don't get it. So the same numbers. No, it's. Oh, I see. Ah, it's too complicated for me. Sorry. But Godzilla, by the way, they are not supposed to attack people. They're strong though. Godzilla is strong, very strong. Oh, I see. One Godzilla that is super tall, or 10,000 Godzillas that are short. Depends on the number of what. It's an alien. You don't know the size of an alien. Just strips clubs mostly. Oh, I see. I heard somewhere that, I guess it was on a post on X, but somebody was saying that in Japan we have lots of like clubs, that I mentioned, like yeah, but that is because the someone was saying that it is because we don't have a counseling culture. Like in America, you guys have you guys love counseling, what you call, like a therapy and so on. You go to, like, when a couple is getting a divorce, they have to go see a therapist and so on. That doesn't happen here in Japan. It's we don't have that culture. So someone on X, I don't know if it's true, but someone was saying that, yeah, and we have, instead of that, we nurtured this system. Yeah, because the in bars and so on too, like private bars, like a local bar owned by a woman, guys come in and she's like the mama for everybody. Listen to their stories and cheer them up and so on. So yeah, in the West we call girls like that gold diggers. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it, yeah. But it's more of a phenomenon than the individuals that are doing that. So sorry to hear that Japan is having an uptick in crime. Is it foreign related or Japanese crime? Japanese people, sometimes the new cases that we are seeing is the advancement of technology. So what happens is that the big case that we saw was that there was this bad robbery. Robbery is the word that some group goes to the elderly people's houses and steal things, right? Like rob, right? And when the police called them, that it was like a pyramid basically. The actual people that rob, they were hired by somebody higher, right, of that system, and that bosses, they lived in the Philippines, and one of them was actually in prison inside the Philippines, like Philippines uh prison, and he had a phone, and he was directing, giving orders to those who that he had hired. And so it's a new thing that some people, some criminals, like Japanese criminals, they are located in other countries and then give orders internationally so that they don't get caught. And even if the crimes get found out, they don't get caught. Like, even if the police knows them, right? I mean, the Filipino side, corresponded to the Japanese side, and that they came back to Japan, but it's harder, right? So that's a new thing that we are seeing. So Telegram and so on, that where the messages disappear in 24 hours or something. Yeah, it's useful for criminals. It's useful for protesters against China, for example. Hong Kongers were using Telegram, and I thought that it was a great invention, but there are criminals too that use it. So yes. Oh, it's been an hour. I gotta go. My husband has a favorite show on every Sunday, like each Sunday here, and it starts at 5:30. It's 5:15 right now. I have to give this spot for my husband soon. I think the word you are looking for is gigolo. The host parts are. Wait, what was it? Wait, it skipped for some reason. Unique to Japan, and these guys become very wealthy. Yeah. I have a gamer friend who is very famous among the gaming field, like former professional gamer of COD, Call of Duty mobile, Call of Duty, not the mobile version, but he was also a professional in mobile version as well. But this gamer, he's only 27 or so, just turned 27, I think. And his health is declining because of alcohol, because he has become a host before. I feel bad for him. Like lots of alcohol, bad lifestyle. Let's see. Any last question to America's far left has virtually destroyed the state, though. Yeah, it's not the state I grew up in. It's both started in raging at the same time, but it is at the moment. These are important questions. The United States would stand a better chance with two Godzillas than one Biden. Yeah, I feel like maybe if 10,000 Godzillas, I feel like they would just evolve, while fighting, because it has happened in a recent Godzilla movie that I saw. Like first it was a cute, just crawling Godzilla, and then later on it just released like a nuclear type of what power, and then it was so strong. But yeah, but 10,000, they have a beam, that can go through things, so maybe the size doesn't matter. King Kong is going to mop the floor with Godzilla. What blows my mind is strippers and women that do nasty things for only on OnlyFans wonder why they can't find somebody that wants to marry them. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that sort of jobs are, I mean, those jobs are important though, I guess, because if there were no jobs like that, I feel like the crime rate would go higher because some people just have to do it that way, you know? And yeah, it's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it. And I guess that if the demand and supply meets, you know, what I mean is not the female with males, but the, you know, the male needs it, and or the society needs it, and some women can do it, then I'm like, okay, like it's in a way it's important, but yeah, like when they behave in a weird way, like it's not good. In Japan though, it's we are actually, I should say the Christian people are actually very strict when it comes to gender and also sexual things, you know. And Japanese people, like, I I think that at least my understanding is that we've been very tolerant about sexual things. But it's becoming a little too open, you know, lately. Like I just saw the gubernatorial election poster, and also like all these girls that just want money, so they sell their body easily, and that's not a good move. And there are lots of porn stars now that are very vocal. Like they have social media accounts too, so that's such a bad influence for children, like especially boys. You know that they don't, because of that, they don't have the need to see the actual women, you know, like they, when they wonder about how the female body is, they don't have to talk to the real girls. They can just open the internet and see everything. And that's, I think that it's doing bad for our brains, you know, and lots of dopamine and everything. I bet that experts are talking about it. But yeah, oh man, it's bad. Anyway, gotta go. See you in 7 days, Yoko. Thank you. It's Gigalo. Okay. Gigalo. There's still a trade-off, but it's easier for strippers to hide their past. Yeah. I bet Japanese could tame 1 meter tall Godzilla. Yeah. Okay, anyway, thank you for all your interesting comments and questions. I enjoyed this having this stream. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for all of those who gave me super chat too. It really helps me run this live stream and live my life too. So thank you. And if you miss me, I'm always active on my gaming channel. I usually live stream for hours there. So if you miss me, just come to my gaming channel, Random Yoko Vlog channel. Okay. Okay. Good night. Bye, Yoko. Take care. Thank you. See ya. Good day too. Thank you. Have a great day or night. If you are about to go to sleep, sleep well and dream about me. Sweet dreams. Okay. Thank you. Bye.